as we talk about what our three priorities are, actually you understand that somebody else's priorities, you think, well, I quite like those, and that's how coalitions are formed. And in the old days, it used to be in two big parties, and increasingly the population, as you pointed out, they don't just do what their dad or mother did in the ages gone by. They understand that they've got choices, and they will withdraw their political support from parties and give them to somebody else. And sometimes a coalition is quite a good way of getting some major priorities agreed on in a strong government. My three priorities, of course, the first one is stop Brexit. Because if we want to achieve any of the stuff that we're talking about, Alex said you do it by getting Brexit done. Actually, no, stopping Brexit actually gets it done, because then you won't have less tax revenue to actually deliver the public services that you all want. And actually, you don't have 7 years of negotiation to go through as well for your next trade deal. So if you want public services that are decent, vote for stopping Brexit that will actually deliver the money through the exchequer to pay for those improvements. The second thing is, we've talked about, we need a different way to govern this country. And devolution is key, because the more decisions that are made closer to where they're going to be affecting the population they're meant for, the better. And to actually have any kind of transport solution for this city having to be decided by an act of parliament is just wrong. It should be something which is devolved. But alongside it, I think, is the need for electoral reform. And it's one of those things that people think, oh, that's just for the policy wonks to worry about. Well, no, actually. Because the problem that we've had recently, and especially over the past 3 years as well, is major parties thinking, oh, we've got to destroy the smaller parties because they're taking away some of our support, and that means that in these constituencies where it's quite close, you know, we might lose and then the other people might win. Actually, if we had proportional representation, politicians wouldn't have to sound like the party that they're competing with to try and steal some of their voters. They could actually be honest. And actually people could have a really good choice and an honest choice, and knowing that their vote would count. That's one of the major priorities we must have. And then of course, and I didn't intend to come third, but yes, the climate is something that we can all agree on, hopefully. So hopefully let's see us in a coalition, Penny.